Nice Kamari Wilson talk here. Like I said, Mr. Stephen Harris would be joining the show this afternoon. So let's go ahead and get into Champs Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get him in here now. Mr. Stephen, how about the intro? Huh?
Dope, man. I love it.
You got your own intro? I got you. Look at we're like a little boxing champs corner here. You know what I mean? You got your own little segment. I told you we'd be ready for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mr. Stephen Harris, good to see you again. Thank you for coming on here as well. I much appreciate it. It's always a blast talking to you. I know that the fans love hearing from you. I want to talk a little bit about last week, man, in Charlotte. Give me your thoughts on the game, kind of a quick rundown. What did you think? What was your overall feeling of the game?
I thought it was what it was going to be. I know a lot of people thought we would blow them out. I know I did give a prediction on a show earlier, 65-0, but that was me blowing smoke. I promise you guys. But I knew it would kind of be one of those type of games when we have teams like that come in town. They come to do a job, and we expect to get better in certain areas. So we don't kind of show everything we have. We'll play a lot of base fronts, but it gives us a chance to get everybody playing time.
Sure.
And also gives our base defense time to react to tough situations. They ran the spread in some of those formations, and in some of those formations we played base defense. And with our style of defense, it's tough. It put us in a tough position. So they had some of those runs in the second half. And then as far as offense, the same thing. We wasn't going to show a lot when they would bring in different pressures. We weren't going to do different slide protections or stuff like that. We just wanted to kind of play on base, which we should still be able to beat them up front, just playing the base package. But I knew it would give us challenges just because we wasn't going over game plan for them. And that's kind of what you do with those teams. They're kind of there to help your team get better. So you'll kind of play base against them and see how it falls.
So you keep mentioning, kind of just elaborate for those at home that may not understand that. So you kept saying base package. So is there like a base package, and then we got kind of tiers that goes from there, more complex plays
Correct.
and more explosion of the playbook there, and we just kind of, like you said, kept it simple. We wanted to focus on the small things, and Billy mentioned that at his press conferences. Look, we got better in the areas that we wanted to get better at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For instance, like on our defense, when we run 3 down linemen, if anybody knows what I'm talking about, we have 3 down linemen. That's hard to stop the spread, to stop the option. Not having 4 down linemen, and to stop it, you kind of run different stunts. But we weren't going to show that. We were just going to play it true and allow our guys to make plays. And with our talent level, we should have been able to overcome them, which we did, and we got the victory. As far as on the defense, on the offensive end, we moved the ball very well. It just, when we got down to the red zone, we didn't capitalize. And half of that is just on coaching and the approach to the red zone. And then the other half of that was just on players not making the right read or the right decisions, because we could have ran a lot more fade routes towards the end zone. We didn't do that, but it also gave us time to get our kicker in there, and he nailed some bombers, man. That man
Trey Smack, baby, let's go.
Yeah, he was smacking them things. So it was good, a good showing to me overall, just knowing what that team was going to present to us. We just need to capitalize in the red zone, and I believe we'll do that come Kentucky. It was really a vanilla style of play for us going against those guys, and I believe we held our own, because in the past we've seen some of those games look worse than that.
Sure.
Some of those guys come in town. So, and it's always going to be that every year when we playing out of conference game. We want those guys to come challenge us. We want those guys to help us get better in certain areas. So we put a lot of pressure on ourselves defensively to say, hey, we're going to play this style no matter what they do. We just got to stop it. Same way with offense. Hey, we're going to come out. We're going to protect like this, and we just got to stop it. And I believe the coach did a great job of reserving some guys that game, and also getting some younger guys involved. We had a couple receivers who never touched the ball before get catches, and I believe that helps your team, energizes them, saying, hey, next man really got to be ready. And that helps us in practice, knowing that you got some plays. So I believe it was a good showing overall. Got a score in the red zone. I mean, can't keep saying that enough, but we got to see smack.
So look, just kind of correct me if I'm wrong, but what I'm gathering is, look, they kept it simple, kept it base to allow the players to, evolve in their role a little bit more, right? Make it kind of look, it's basic. You're going to have to work a little bit harder. We're going to put you Imano, you're more talented than these guys. I need you to step up, and we're not going to necessarily give a play to support you, to back you. I want you to win this battle one-on-one, and that goes for everybody.
Correct. Correct. Because schematically on defense, with that spread offense, we could run all type of things to help make the quarterback get the ball out of his hand faster. We could pinch a defensive end or blitz a linebacker right at him to get the ball out of his hand, and we didn't do that. And that was by choice. And we still held them to 200 yards. So if we really went at those guys, we probably could have held them to 100 yards.
Sure.
But and then offensively, when they're blitzing and bringing all these different packages, you say, hey, I'm not going to show these different protections. I'm not going to slide this way. I'm not going to slide that way to get away from this. I want our offensive line to pick up these things on their own. And some of it's hard to get picked up. That's why our quarterback was getting hit. But he was throwing the ball with people in his face and making completions. So that was a good sign for me.